And
we are live.
Like Deval, this might sound so for you and for our listener, the person who's downloaded this, you might hear the rain in the back. Can you hear the rain in the background?
No, can't hear any rain actually.
Oh, okay, all right. It's chucking it down over here.
Chucking it, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually
chucking it down like Chuck Norris.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when it chucks down over here, it's still warm. It's humid.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not like, you know, back home, like, you know, when it's like that wet weather goes down the back of your neck and it's just horrible. Over here, it's like, it's actually not bad. Anyway, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. It's still cold here. It's the beast from the east has come through the UK, so it's all chilly.
I've been hearing about this.
This beast, send it back.
Send the beast back. All right. Listen, look, folks, we got a great episode for you this week. This is episode 229. Jeez.
229. Yep.
Yeah, I was waiting for the rhyme there.
229, we're doing fine.
229, we're doing fine.
A little bit late, I know, a little bit late, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. All right, listen, look, folks, we're going to get into this show. Deval and I are going to be bringing you some movie news, some reviews. We're going to chuck in streaming. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in streaming at the moment, and we're going to speak about that and all the other bits and pieces. But before we do any of that, Deval, let them know who we're shouting out.
We are shouting out two people. First is Zakharov. I was actually chatting to Zakharov on Instagram.
Wicked.
And he actually shouted out a really good TV show. I've already seen it, but he gave me a shout out on Instagram, and it's for Gangs of London. If you haven't seen Gangs of London, you need to go and watch it. Really, really top show. Really top show.
The fighting in it, and it's done by the guy.
Gareth Edwards, I think his name is, the one that did The Raid.
The Raid.
The Raid 2. Yeah, so the fighting is so visceral. It's just the blood and everything. It's just raw.
I love that.
Go check out Gangs of London. It's a great shout out from Zakharov. Second shout out goes to Ciel Noir 3. Now, she received some really good news. I'm sure she knew about the news before, but she unveiled it recently during the week on Instagram. Go check out her page, Ciel Noir 3. She is now the host for Afro Vibes TV in America. Yes, she's now the host for Afro Vibes TV. I know she loves the Afro beats music. She's always got it on her Instagram. So well done to Ciel Noir 3.
Done.
You know, we've been her friends for like how many years now, and we've seen just her progression. This is no surprise. You know, so soon it could be the Oscars. So yeah, well done to you, Ciel Noir. She listened to our show as well last week. She actually said she listened to our show and she loved our review. So there you go.
Wicked.
Go
Keep
check
listening.
her out.
Keep listening. All right, listen, let's get into movie news now. Deval, Star Wars, bro. I kind of messed up this week. I didn't watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, me too, you know. And you know what? Forgive me for I have sinned. That is not the way. That is not
sacrilegious.
The way.
That is. Exactly. It's not the way. Exactly. No, listen. Look, we had a kind of like a busy week for both of us, and
That's the way, isn't it? That's the way I want to go.
Shit.
Hold on. That was a Boeing 747 with 257 passengers on board, flying northbound to Singapore. Yes, there you go.
You know what? This is the flight path to Singapore.
Yes. I know these things, man. Come on.
Devaldo, shit.
You know these things.
This guy predicting. Can you predict, like, you know, the lottery numbers for me as well?
Yes, I can, but not for you, for me.
Hey, come on, man. We share. Me and you share. No. All right, so listen, Devaldo, Star Wars. Let's get into this whole thing with the Star Wars. We're hearing a lot of stuff. Things have been cancelled. You know, Kevin Feige's not doing a couple of things, and Amy Pascal, she's not doing a couple of things, but we are getting some things, but not other things. So you break it down for us.
Yeah, so Star Wars, I don't know, mixed bag. You got the original, you know, New Hope and all that kind of stuff from 1977 to 1983. Then you had the prequels, you know, Phantom Menace and all that kind of stuff from 1999 to 2005, I want to say.
Yes.
And then we had the sort of new generation ones from what was that? What was the first one called again?
Oh, The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, yeah, to The Last Skywalker. I think it was called The Last Skywalker. But yeah, so we had different generations of Star Wars and mixed bag. The original was really good.
Yeah.
Prequels didn't like, and the new ones people were like, okay, then we like the prequels. So
Yeah.
now we're going to get a new trilogy. The new trilogy is supposed to be kicking off from 2025. That's only 2 years' time, and it's going to be
2025. Right.
sort of
Okay.
produced or led by Damien Lindelof.
Mm.
So he's going to be bringing out the first one, and then the two subsequent ones after that, 2027 and then 2029. Yeah, 25, 27, 29. Yeah, so the
Wow.
subsequent two after that are going to be directed by Taika Waititi, and he's also going to be starring in it. I think probably as some sort of android.
And the look
But
on your face when you said that,
yeah,
oh, mate, I know, I know, I know.
I
Loads
don't
of people are
know,
saying the same thing.
man. I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't got much hope. For me, Star Wars is Mandalorian, is
Andor.
Andor,
Yeah.
it's Clone Wars, it's the Bad Batch. That's
Rogue
my Star
One.
Wars now. Rogue One, exactly. That's it. For me, all the
Yeah.
new stuff, not much hope.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is what's going on out there. You let us know what you think. If you're looking forward to it or if you're not, let us know.
Exactly. And we know there's you Star Warsies out there because there's enough of you.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's talk about Michael B. Jordan. We already spoke about Michael B. Jordan last week, actually, on, or was it a couple of weeks ago? Creed 3. You know, he's having a great career at the moment. You know, Creed 3, you know,
Mm.
he did the MCU, and you know, he's done those spy thrillers. What was it again? He did
Oh,
something.
not something, not John Clancy or something.
Yeah. It's like
One of those things on
one of
Amazon,
those things.
isn't it?
It's on
Yeah.
Amazon, yeah. And this next one is related to kind of Amazon. So what's going on with this?
Yeah, so just like you said, yeah, he's done really, really well, and it looks like they want to keep this Michael B. Jordan train going.
Mm,
There's no, there's no end destination for this train. So Amazon, as you mentioned, he's already got a relationship with them, with Tom Clancy, I think it is. I think that's the sort of type of action series it is from a novel.
yeah,
But yeah, so for Creed, so we've just seen the third Creed,
yeah.
and there's also meant to be a spin-off with uh, Ivan Drago's son. What's his
Yes.
name? Can't remember his name, but the
Can't
son.
remember his name. The son,
The son
Drago's
who
son.
we said he deserves more, so he's
Yeah.
getting more. So there's
Ooh.
that spin-off happening, but now there's meant to be another Creed type spin-off happening, but it's going to be animation, and Michael B. Jordan's going to be involved in that.
Oh.
So yes, they're going to have spin-offs, whether it's going to be just leading will be led by Creed, or maybe
Mm,
spin-offs of characters that are within the Creed universe. Maybe his
yeah.
daughter might get in a ring. Maybe we might see more of, Tony Bellew's character, who I can't remember his
Mm,
name, Pretty
can't
Boy
remember
something,
something.
Pretty Boy
Yeah.
something.
He
Yeah,
came
so
out of there. Yeah.
yeah, maybe we might see more Dame. We might see Dame in this animation
Mm,
because
you
he
know,
wants this, So
yeah. Because you spoke about the daughter. Did you mention something about the daughter? Maybe
yeah, I
possibly
think
kind of,
yeah.
yeah. I remember, yeah, there was kind of something at the end of the movie where yeah, that could be the direction. It's funny, interesting that you kind of say all this, but I was watching this interview that popped up on my YouTube thing. Sylvester Stallone, he cusses, he
Mm.
absolutely cusses the producers
Oh,
of the whole Rocky franchise because they cut
oh.
him out. They cut him out of the whole
Mm,
kind of like Rocky because it's not his thing now anymore, is it? It's Michael B.
mm,
Jordan's thing,
mm,
and
mm.
he said he's got nothing against Michael B. Jordan. It's the other people who were kind of behind the scenes and stuff. So I just thought, shit, this is going deep, man.
Mm.
This is like turning into some Clubber Lang stuff.
It's always funny with anytime there's like a controversy, you always
Mm,
think, who is it? Like, there's three sides to the truth.
yeah,
There's one person's side, there's the other side, and then God knows the truth. God is
truth.
neutral. So
Yeah,
is the person that makes the most noise always the one that's speaking the truth? You don't always know. So only time will tell.
exactly.
But either way, someone's not happy, and
Uh,
Rocky's not happy, or Sylvester
and
Stallone
the way I
anyway.
think, or the way I see it is, he's had his time.
Yeah.
Like he's come on, this is like this thing has been part of his kind of legacy for a while now,
Mm.
so let other people carry on, right? Okay, so that's Michael B. Jordan. That's gonna cool stuff happening with the Creed stuff. Now let's speak about this. Now we've already had Cocaine Bear.
Hmm.
Devout, are we gonna get a Cocaine Cat film?
Cocaine cat. It's got a better ring to it, I must
It
say.
has Cocaine
But
Cat.
we saw Cocaine Bear a few weeks ago. The film it's been doing well. It's going to get its
Mm,
money back for sure.
yeah.
People are interested in a Cocaine Bear, and that was based off true events. The whole thing wasn't true. A bear did take cocaine,
Yeah.
and it died, but they kind of elaborated on that. And recently in Ohio, in America, there have been reports of a cat being found with cocaine in its system.
Oh my
This cat,
gosh.
yeah, this
This is
cat had to be
madness.
rescued. The good thing is the cat did not die like the bear in real life. So
Yeah.
the cat had cocaine in the system and was acting a bit, wily.
Cray cray. Yeah.
Yeah, acting a bit wily. And it turned out to be a bit of a catastrophe, for the for the rescuers.
I was waiting for one.
The cat's definitely got about 8 lives left after that. But people are saying they want a cocaine cat story from this.
Oh
Because
my
imagine
gosh.
the devastation a cocaine cat
You
can
know,
can can
exactly.
do.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I reckon it'll happen. If they can make a movie about a cocaine bear, like a bear on cocaine,
Yeah,
why can't they
yeah.
do it for a cat? And I guess the internet, if they get wind of this and they start pushing for it, man, it's going to
Mm,
happen. Cocaine
mm,
cat on a screen near you very, very
mhm,
soon.
mhm.
We'll keep you posted on that one. All right, let's talk about this and Devaldo. Remember, we've had kind of James Gunn talk about, the chapter 1 of his DC universe thing and
Gods and
Gods and
monsters.
Monsters. That's it.
Mm,
And my thing was always, well, where does Matt Reeves's Batman and Robert Pattinson's Batman fit into this whole
yeah.
thing? So that's still going to be part of the
Mm,
DCU thing, but it's kind of they've given it a subtitle, kind of the Elseworlds
mm.
kind of section. And so that was my thing. So are they going to bring a new Batman? Are they going to carry on that Batman story? Sorry. Yes, they are. And apparently, according to the grapevine, filming is going to start this November.
Mm.
And obviously, Robert Pattinson, he's confirmed the not the Joker, the Penguin. They're saying that he's going to make a return. So Colin Farrell as Oswald Oz Cobblepot. So we might see more of the kind of the penguiness out of him. Like, because
Okay. Yeah.
like he was still kind of, he wasn't called the Penguin, was he, in this one, in the first one?
No. I can't remember what his name was. I think he just had a name, like a regular name, but
Yeah.
he was the Penguin character. But yeah, whether he's gonna, I think there was one moment he
It was
was
a brilliant
tied up.
moment.
There was a moment where he was tied up and his feet were tied
He's
up and he
shuffling.
had to like shuffle. That was the only Penguin moment. That was a bit of a funny moment. But yeah, you're right.
It was
I think
funny.
the Penguin. I don't think now the Penguin, especially in the Elseworlds part of it,
Mm,
I don't think they really have to always resemble what we saw in the comics
no.
and all of that. I think it's a bit more gritty and it's a bit more realistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. So what they're saying is that this is going to start filming in November, and they are looking to release this Batman Part 2 in October
Mm.
2025.
Oh, okay. So they need some time. Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah.
October,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
sounds like quite a long way away, because it's the end of 2025,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
might get delayed. Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that one. And remember, folks, keep it locked with the Flixters. We're bringing you movie news every single week. Keep it locked with us. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. We can watch this episode if you want, and let us know what you're watching. We always welcome comments, Deval, good or bad.
Yes, we do, and we've had good and we've had bad comments.
Yes.
So, and we'll make it public. We're not going to shy away.
You don't shy away from that shit.
Nope.
All right, let's do streaming, Deval. So now, listen, look, we've been raving about this show for a while now, for the last kind of 8 weeks.
Yeah.
This is The Last of Us, and another fantastic episode, Deval. And listen, I just got to say this episode rested solely on Bella Ramsey. Is it Bella Ramsey? Yeah, Bella Ramsey's shoulders. She basically carried this episode.
Gangster, yeah.
She's
gangster.
flipping saving Joel. She's attacking people. She's basically being locked up in a cage. She's fighting people. She's shooting dares. All this sort of stuff going on. Her acting was top notch, man. What did you make of it?
Very, very decent. Yeah, this episode. Oh, it was like you can't. It reminded me a lot of The Walking Dead, where sometimes, different groups come across each other, and you think, oh, they're humans, they're the real enemies, these zombie type things. But no, humans. We said it from the start. Humans are the worst
Yep.
people, worst things on earth. These creatures are simple. Humans are so diverse with their evil, and in this episode, you're right. We see Bella Ramsey's character having to be the one to step up because Joel is sick, and she has to go out hunting. You know, I don't know how old she's in this. She's about 16, I think, in this or something like
it
that.
must be something like that.
She goes out hunting, and she comes across another person who's from another group. But even before that, we're introduced to this group, and they seem like a bit of a cultish kind of group.
Yeah.
You know, straight from the game as well. Straight from the game, mate.
Yeah, preachers are scary, man. And this guy, he's kind of, there's this kind of streak in him. What about when he just clarted that young girl? And I was just like,
gosh.
I was like,
Proper.
damn, yeah.
Proper,
I was just like, proper. This guy's like, you know,
he's got a grip. He's got a firm grip on the community. They will do anything for him.
I want to get your take on this. What do you think about this whole thing about? We haven't seen much of the clickers, all right? And we're in episode 8, right? And the reason why The Walking Dead was so good those first like 3 or 4 seasons was because there was a good mixture of like that human stories, and there was a lot of zombie kills as well. What do you think about when we haven't seen that much of the clickers? People have been complaining, but what do you reckon?
No, I'm okay with it. I don't think we need to see too much because, just like I said, I think the humans are probably worse than the clickers, and I think obviously we want to find out more about the characters and know who they are and be attached to them more than the threat of the clickers. The clickers are always going to be a threat, but I think it's a good thing if we get to understand who we're dealing with first, and then the clickers can come in later or now and again. Also, I understand why they do it. It's cheaper that way as well.
Cheaper that way,
you know, from a production scale standpoint. But now I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. I think it's a good mix. Yeah,
it is. It is definitely a good mix. And I mean, we've only got how many more episodes? Is this
one episode left? Yeah, one episode left is the last one. I think episode 9. I think it is.
Episode 9.
If you notice as well, you know the pastor, kind of the leader. You know this second in command that he had, the guy. He had a beard. Do you know who he was?
No. What? Don't say what. Someone from Game of Thrones.
The Easter egg is he was the actor who plays Joel in the game of The Last of Us. He's him.
Oh my!
You go back and watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, look at him! He's the actor who played Joel in Last of Us. He's the guy, and he's now in live action." So
that's a great Easter egg.
Yeah,
that is a great Easter. And here's another Easter egg. Maybe you knew this. I didn't know this. I just found out. The girl who played Joel's daughter in the first episode.
She was the one that got clapped.
Yes.
No. Was she?
No, she's Tandiways Newton's daughter.
Is it?
Yes. I didn't even know that.
Hold on. The girl that plays Ellie in the game.
No, sorry. In the first episode.
The first episode. Oh, yes, is it? Okay. Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, she's involved. Okay.
I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, she's
good. I don't know if she's American or she's British. She was really good. Yeah, she was really good.
I don't know if you noticed as well. Did you notice what they were eating in this episode?
Humans.
Yeah, like there was this. I remember. Obviously, we realized this towards the end, but there was a scene when they were all eating, and for some reason, they made like their production. They made us focus on the sound of eating. You don't really get it that much. It sounded like a big. Like, see when you went to school and it was school dinners, it just sounded like knives and forks. I was thinking, why are they making it so loud for? Why are they eating so loud? And everything was red. I didn't realize what was going on. And from the beginning, when the leader said, "Oh, we're going to bury your dad in the springtime. The ground is too hard."
And the reason
the girl was crying because I think some people know that they're cannibalizing, but they're not saying it out loud.
Yeah,
that's why she was. Yeah,
the other Joel, he knew about it, and then Bella, Ellie, she sees the air on the floor.
Yeah. That's what they say. You got to keep your ear to the ground, you know. In this world here, in this world.
I mean, how can you just be leaving the air on the floor? It's like, come on, man. Like, don't just be leaving body parts.
Everyone knows that's where all the flavor is, you know. You gotta put that. You know, that's what all the flavor is.
Please don't, man. I'm just like, seriously, Devaldo. But listen, worst case scenario, this is end of the world situation. You know that's
Yeah,
what's going to have to happen.
yeah.
People
It's
have
gonna
to
have
going to start
to.
eating people.
Yeah, you can't be wasting good meat. You can't.
And there was a bit
In
in there,
America,
right?
there's gonna be a lot of meat to go.
Trust me. There was a bit in there where the woman, she was cooking, and she's like, "What is this? What kind of
Yeah,
meat is this?" And she said, like, and then they said, "Oh, it's deer." Like
and it
it
wasn't because
wasn't.
they just found a deer. They just brought one in, so it can't be deer. And it
Oh
was,
man.
that meat looked good. Though, I ain't gonna lie, that
Oh
meat
man,
looked
very
good.
tender.
That meat
But you
looked
know what? I just thought
good.
it was. I was like, why didn't they cut it into smaller pieces? The chunks of meat, right? Because they
Yeah, yeah.
apparently they're supposed to be like they don't have that much meat. I mean, cut the
Rationing.
meat. You're
Yeah, there's
rationing it.
two portions.
That massive chunk, man. I was like, I'll have
That's a
some of
mama
that.
portion. That's mama portions. Where you say, "Oh no, I'm
Trust me.
full." She said, "No, no, eat some more. Eat some."
Oh shit, Deval. So listen,
Gosh.
look. If you're not
Yeah.
watching it, go out and watch it. And you know what? It's your Walking because Walking Dead's finished. So if you want
Mm.
your kind of zombie-ish kind of like fix, this is a
Yeah.
great alternative. All right, let's do trailers. And this one sounds really great. This is on Apple TV Plus. This is Extrapolations. Deval, tell us about this.
Yeah, so this is going to be a series of a series. Yeah, I would say collection of short episodes, but it's a series, isn't it?
Mm.
And this is going to be on Apple, and this is to do with like the end of the world. Again, sort of
Okay.
end of world times on Earth, but it's to do with climate change.
Yeah, which
Climate
is very
change
real.
has mashed up the Earth, and different people are trying to do different things to try and rectify it. There's people that have
Mm.
money that are able to live in these certain areas, and other people that don't have money that are trying to survive. And there's a whole bunch of you name it, they are in it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man,
everyone's in this.
I'm just looking at this cast list.
Everyone
Holy
is in it.
shit!
Everyone's in this.
It's
Like,
got Kit, Edward
yep,
Norton,
yep,
Spider-Man's in it. Oh my
yep.
gosh.
Everyone's in this, and this looks like a decent kind of a decent sort of sci-fi end of the world. This drama. So yeah, Apple seems to be stepping this game up actually. So
I think
yeah,
they are. And another thing that we can speak about, we can let people know about a trailer that's out there is this next one. This is called Ghosted. And again, this is on Apple TV. So this is a trailer for a feature-length film starring Chris Evans and Ana de Armas, who we were great fans of.
Mm.
And so this is kind of really funny. Whilst I was watching the trailer, I thought, hang on a second, this kind of is similar to it did have a feel of kind of like other movies as well, because I haven't seen Chris Evans be the dorky boyfriend type in a while. We
Yeah,
haven't seen
yeah,
him
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
that.
Nah,
But he's doing,
nah.
his comedy chops. So she plays the assassin or the CIA agent. He plays the nerdy kind of boyfriend that had a hookup with her. She
Yeah,
goes AWOL. She ghosts him, and then he travels to London or Paris or wherever it is, and then he gets thrust into this kind of like whole adventure. It looks fun. It looks decent.
it does look fun, and it's a bit of a, I guess, a break from the norm for Chris Evans, and I guess that's why he wanted to leave Captain America. We saw him against Ryan Gosling. Wasn't he a baddie in that film? Am I getting mixed up?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad. He was a baddie in that film. He had that moustache as well, I think.
The
But
Grey
yeah, this
Man,
looks interesting. This is isn't this produced by the Russo brothers or something?
probably. Yeah.
I
Oh
think
no,
this
sorry,
one
you're
is.
thinking about the other one, the one on Amazon
Oh,
Prime.
oh, okay. I'm getting mixed up. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. That's Citadel or something, isn't it? I think
That's Citadel,
that's got
which we
talk
haven't
about another
spoken about
time.
that. We'll
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
another time. But yeah, that's
yeah.
the Russo brothers. This one, I'm
Okay,
not sure about
okay,
this one.
okay, okay. This looks good. Anyway, either way, this looks good. This is coming out. This is coming out soon. I think it's March or May or
Yeah,
something like that. March, April, May. Soon it's coming out. So
yeah.
catch it on Apple.
Oh, you know who's the director of this one? Dexter Fletcher.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He's a British He's a British guy, and he directed.
He's your mate, isn't he? I swear you've met him or something. You've spoken about him a few times.
We've spoken a few times. Dexter Fletcher is he directed this not a musical, the biopic of Elton John
Oh,
and Queen.
yeah, yeah.
So he's doing good stuff. So with this one, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Adrian Brody. Yes, I mean they're kind of headlining this whole thing. A host of other kind of actors as well. So yeah, go check that one out. Should be pretty good.
Okay.
Deval, anniversary corner. We got 15 years ago, and this is
Yes.
2008. Tell me about this one, Outlander, because I think I've seen this one.
This one is Outlander. This one stars an actor that you hardly see these days. You hardly see him, and his name is Jim.
Caviezel.
That's
Caviezel?
the one. That's
Caviezel?
the one. Yep. Well, however you say it. Yeah, Jim Caviezel.
Played
This
God.
is Jesus in
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and you know what? It's funny. He's going to be in Passion of the Christ too,
Yeah.
actually. But for me,
I've been hearing about this.
yeah, he's a real devout Christian, and from what I understand, maybe I'm wrong, but I understand that he does just wants to do like religious films, which is why we don't really see
Oh,
him that much anymore.
yeah.
So he stepped away from sort of mainstream Hollywood. But anyway, this film, Outlander, 2008, it's during the reign of the Vikings on Earth. This space person who's going across space crash lands on Earth in the age of Vikings, and he has to survive
That's a
in
great
a
storyline.
treacherous environment. I guess it's a disparity between the futuristic technology, survivor, and brute strength and brute, stone age men almost, not stone age, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, totally.
swords and shields against
Against
lasers and
this.
force fields.
Wow.
So then also there's another thing that's out in the wilderness. That's a bit of a monster that he's also got to contend with. But yeah, that's Outlander. So it stars Jim Caviezel, Sophie Myers, Ron Perlman, aka should have been Cable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, John Hurt, the late John Hurt's in this.
Yep.
But
British
yeah,
actor.
this film kind of sort of is a bit similar to the film we'll talk about later with 65. But it's funny enough, actually, with 65, I wish I talked about Another Earth as a
Yes, it has got that
anniversary
vibe.
corner. Yeah, that
It's
would have
got
been
that
more
vibe to it.
appropriate. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway, it's
Another
what it
Earth.
is.
It is what it is. All right, go check that one out if you love your sci-fi, historical Viking films. Then check out Outlander, and let's get into film reviews. So Deval went out and watched 65, which is kind of, when I saw the trailer for it, I thought, okay, I'm getting a lot of Jurassic World vibes. I'm getting 10,000 years BC, Ice Age kind of, those kind of movies like that. After Earth, there was a lot of that stuff going on there. The Tom Cruise movie as well, there was one. Even the Will Smith and his son movie.
After Earth, yeah.
After Earth. And then there was a Tom Cruise one called Oblivion.
Oblivion, yeah, with
Yes.
Tom Cruise and Olga Kurylenko.
That's it. It was kind of getting that vibe to it. So tell us about this, because it stars Adam Driver, who obviously Star Wars we've spoken about. He featured heavily in that. Who knows? Is he going to come back? No, he died in he died in it, didn't he? In Star Wars.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's never coming. He's never coming back. But he's got this kind of like interesting career. He's doing some big movies. This is one of them. Take it away, Deval.
Yeah, so 65, and just to throw the question out, do you know why it's called 65? Have you got any guesses?
65 million years ago?
Yes, so 65 million years ago, during sort of the dinosaurs. I can't remember if it's the Cretaceous age or what other ages are there? There's Jurassic age, yeah, I can't remember what age it is, but 65 million years ago, a big event happened, so they say, according to science. When a meteor, asteroid, whatever you want to call it, hit the Earth and blah, blah, blah. But this film is about that time period, and 65 is about Adam Driver's character, who is, they don't really say much about who he is. I mean, we're thrust into a situation, which is that Adam Driver and his missus have a daughter who has a sickness, a real bad sickness, and they can't afford to treat her. This is something they're in the future, not on Earth. They're on another planet. This is somewhere else, but they speak with American accents. So make of that what you. Yeah, there you go. So they can't treat expensive treatment, and the only way they can get money to treat her is that Adam Driver takes on a mission to fly across the galaxy or whatever to go do some work for their version of NASA. So he takes on that job. And to try and get money to cure her. That's why he's out in space. He's out in space now with people that are in cryo chambers. They're in these cryo chambers, and they're flying through space, minding their own business. He's actually asleep on cruise control, as you do. And their sensors, for some reason, don't spot this big asteroid and all these rocks in space.
Yeah.
And if you do the maths, which I haven't done, but space is vast, and for you just to stumble across asteroids and rocks is
Yeah.
so the chances are so minute. But
Yeah.
that's what they do. We need the film to
Exactly.
happen. Situations need to happen. So
Yeah.
they stumble across this asteroid, hits the spaceship, it goes to shit, crash lands on this planet, happens to be
Wow.
Earth. All those people in cryo chambers, they die.
Yep.
Some of them are in the trees when he lands. It's a big mess. But one cryo chamber survives. That cryo chamber had another girl, a young
Okay.
girl. What was she doing there? I don't know.
Who
But a young
knows?
girl.
So this isn't his daughter.
No,
No.
another girl. Some other girl. She was there with her family. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. Yeah, but she's the only survivor, and he has to go. He goes and gets her. It turns out that she doesn't speak English.
Right. Okay.
Obviously not, because they're not from Earth, so I don't expect her to speak English.
Speak
But
English.
Adam
Yeah.
Driver does, so she speaks another language. I don't know where the language is from, but they've got to learn to communicate.
Yeah.
Like the challenge is the environment. The challenge is obviously what's happened. They've crash landed. They sent out a distress signal, and also the challenge is communication. They can't communicate, so they've got to be
Right.
really creative. So now, where they crashed, there is a escape pod that's 15 kilometers away.
Right.
15 kilometers away in the dinosaur age is like, I can walk 500 miles, and it might as well be, because you got T-Rexes, you got velociraptors, which I think in
Wow.
this look more accurate to what they
Yeah.
were in real life.
Feathers, right? Have they got
Feathered and
feathers?
smaller,
Yeah.
yeah, feathered and smaller. I think they're velociraptors anyway, but I think, yeah, all kinds of dinosaurs that are trying to eat them. They're hungry.
Mm.
You see these new human snacks full of salt, full of sugar. Yeah, it's a snack.
I want one.
Exactly. I'd want one too. So they've got to try and survive that.
Yeah.
There's all these situations that happen. This is produced and also written by the people that made A Quiet Place. So there's moments where
Yes, I was
moments
gonna
where it's
say.
dark, moments where you got to be quiet. You know, you got to tiptoe. All these kind of high suspense moments happen in it. So yeah, so they've got to get across. You know, there's T-Rexes in this, like I said, and he's got a gun, by the way, as well. So he's
Okay.
able to shoot people
But let me just stop you for a
shoot
second. So
dinosaurs.
when he left space, so
Yeah.
so how did he travel back in time? Or was that
No,
happening
it's not in time. So wherever they came from,
is
they're more advanced than humans. So basically, humans haven't happened yet on Earth.
right, okay,
This
yeah.
is back in the time for us, but for them, they're advanced. They're cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
65
yeah,
million years ago. Yeah.
exactly. So they happen to stumble across us at that time. So yeah, so he's got his gun. So he does shoot some dinosaurs and stuff, and he protects the girl and himself.
Mm.
But the tension really builds when, okay, even the meteor that they crashed into, somehow they got to Earth before it, by the way.
Yeah. I love the holes that Deval's picking out. Like, it's brilliant.
They got to Earth before this meteor somehow,
Yeah.
and it had a few days to be there and survive while this meteor's still coming. Don't ask me how. Maybe they took the fast lane. The meteor's in the slow lane. You know. So yeah. So the meteor's coming now. So he gets his little analyzer out, and the hologram says imminent
Collision or danger or
Yeah,
whatever.
like, you know, deadly collision. So he's got to hurry to get to this thing, and it's all kinds of, you know, just silly things happen along the way.
Yeah.
The girl's just a bit silly sometimes and makes noise, or she wants to be independent, or she wants to like do stuff that she shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets him in trouble. Sometimes he's a bit stupid as well. He makes the wrong decisions. It's just a bit. The film isn't intelligent. It's an action film that's an hour and a half long.
Right, yeah.
But they get to the shuttle. As the asteroids start to drop, the big one doesn't come yet, but bit by bit, the little ones come and hitting around. And while they're in there, ready to launch, what happens?
They get
and the little asteroid comes and hits the cliff.
Oh yeah.
The ship is on a cliff, and a little asteroid, of all the places it can hit, it hits the cliff, and they fall. They're upside down in this escape pod.
And then a T-Rex comes and eats them.
exactly. Well, they can't launch because they're the wrong way around. And you're
Right.
right. Not just no, but you're wrong as well because not a T-Rex comes and eats them. 3 T-Rexes.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. So
3
they
T-Rexes
have to
come.
deal. He's got to basically deal with 3 T-Rexes,
Yeah, yeah.
and so what is that? His ship, is the ship done for? Or can he still fly the
The
ship?
girl's still in the ship. Somehow the ship is still flyable. Don't ask me how, but it's fallen from the cliff. It's already crash landed and it's still flyable. Yeah, the little ship
Yeah,
is still
this is make
flyable.
believe. This is make
And
believe,
then so
man.
he deals with 2 T-Rexes first of all. He deals with them with his gun.
Yeah,
Just like bam, 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 runs around, deals with them. And then the
yeah.
third T-Rex is one that he had a fight with earlier because it's got a scar on its eye. One eye is blind because he shot it
Oh,
before. That T-Rex has got a grudge on him, remembers him. He's like, oh,
yeah.
you
That's
was
like
my snack.
Jurassic. Yeah.
Exactly. And then it all turns out with the young girl comes and she deals with the T-Rex by putting a big, like, long stick in its eye that she laced with some berry poison in its eye.
Oh
And
gosh.
then a geezer or geyser hot water thing hits the T-Rex. I've just spoiled the whole film, but don't worry about
Don't worry
going to
about it.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
And
would
they
have
fly
been
off into
really good?
space happily ever after.
And then yeah, Bob's your uncle. What would have been really good? Imagine if after those 3 kind of like dinosaurs, T-Rexes that he deals with, then King Kong comes out.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine if
That would have been good.
yeah, imagine if they'd have pulled out King Kong. But listen, Deval, listen, look, you've kind of said, I kind of read you. I knew this was kind of, going to be the thing.
Yeah.
But apparently the budget, wait, I was reading about this whole thing. The budget on this is supposed to
$5
be,
million, yeah?
yeah, $45 million. What do you
45,
reckon?
okay.
$45 million, but what do you reckon? Is it going to make this money? Is it going to make this money back? Because the reviews, Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 36%, 5 point
You know what?
something on IMDb.
Worldwide, I think it might, because
Mm,
this is when I went to the cinema in the evening,
yeah.
and it was actually semi-full.
Okay.
This is the sort of film, the spectacle is what gets people to come and chill, enjoy.
Yeah.
So I think that is enough for it to make his money back. I don't think it will double, but that's just me. I don't think it will. It might reach like 81 million or something like that. I think that's my personal opinion. If it does
Yeah.
better than that, great.
Then
Uh,
fine. Yeah.
yeah, for me, it's a good 5, 6 out of 10. The film wasn't. I wouldn't say it was shit. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
It was below average for me.
Was it better
Adam
than Thor: Love
Driver,
and Thunder?
yes, because Fall Love and Thunder was a piss take. At least
Yeah.
this was what it was, but I just didn't really enjoy it. But Fall Love and Thunder was a piss take.
Yeah.
Adam Driver, he done his best. It reminded me of Adrian Brody in The Predators or
Yes.
Predators. He reminded me of that, like a guy that I've never really seen pick up a gun. Now he's got a gun with his shirt, well, not shirt off, but yeah, and this guy's got an old school chest. I don't know if you noticed, but this guy, he's got an old school body. I don't know. He reminds me of Charlton Heston in like
Is it
Spartacus. He's got an old
okay?
school body. He's not like these young cats here. He's got an old school kind
Is
of
he?
frame.
So he didn't. So what? He hasn't bulked up. He hasn't done the Michael B. Jordan and just been like,
No,
boof.
no, 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 no. Let's be real. No one's getting to those kind of levels these days. But
No.
he's not. Don't get me wrong. He's not out of shape. But something about him reminds me of old school bodies of how they
Yeah.
used to be. That's
Yeah.
how he is. But he does an okay job. He's not bad. Don't get me wrong. But the
Yeah.
film itself just wasn't anything major. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's all right. I think he's a decent I think
Yeah.
he's a decent actor, and and I was I thought to myself, yeah, I might go and watch this, but no, I'm not going to watch it. I'll wait until it comes out on Amazon Prime or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. It'll probably come out on Netflix because it's Sony. So I think Sony might have
Okay,
a
yeah,
relationship with Netflix. But yeah, don't really rush for that one. I don't think.
exactly. All right,
Yeah.
okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Go check that out if that's your cup of tea. Dinosaurs and Adam Driver, bare-chested. Fighting these kind of beasts in the wilderness. We've got a few more minutes, and I want to just kind of quickly mention this, Deval. I did have time to watch Chris Rock's special. Yep. It's called Chris Rock Selective Outrage. And listen, man, look, it's been a year since the whole kind of fiasco with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And ever since that whole thing with the Oscars, there was always this thing, right? Is Chris Rock going to say something? And he actually... after that incident, he actually went on a kind of bit of a tour. He actually came to Australia in August. And he came to Australia in August of last year. And people were thinking, oh, he's probably going to mention it. No, he didn't. And the interesting thing was, because he had already done that set and he had already rehearsed that set, he knew, so he had already kind of practiced those jokes and everything. So it wasn't really something that was going to come up. But this time, this Netflix special filmed in the hometown of Jada Pinkett, actually.
Is it?
Yes. So
Ah.
home crowd for Jada Pinkett, which I thought was kind of interesting. He went there, and I guess the reason why kind of Netflix kind of wanted this was because they probably thought, all right, it's been a year, Oscars are coming up. He's gonna basically say a lot of shit about the whole thing. And it's only about an hour, it's about an hour or so. But here's the thing, Deval, for a whole kind of 15 minutes, he doesn't mention anything about the whole kind of Will Smith thing. It's only in the last 10 or 15 minutes where he starts
Less than
mentioning
that
it.
even. It's like last 10, 5 minutes. Like I think about 7,
Exactly.
8 minutes. I think it was. It was
There's
right near
this
the end.
whole build up. It's this whole build up, and then he unleashes. And there's humor in there about Meghan Markle, about Prince Harry, and everything like that. There was one funny line where he goes, "How did Meghan Markle not know?" About the royal family not being racist. He goes, "These are the original slave owners, like, the
Yeah,
royal
yeah,
family."
yeah.
That one kind of made me laugh. And there's a few kind of funny bits in there. And he mentions some stuff which I didn't find funny. But when it did actually get to the whole kind of Will Smith stuff, he didn't hold back. In my opinion, he went after Jada. He called her some stuff, and he was just like, Will Smith is dealing with some stuff because of the whole
red table talk, and he
she
said, "How can she? Yeah, she cheated on him." Well,
yeah.
people say they got an open relationship, but I mean, I don't know what's going on. But either way, she got with her son's friend.
I didn't even know it. I thought it was some other
I didn't
older
know.
guy.
Yeah,
I didn't know it
yeah.
was a young
Her
kid.
son's friend. Yeah, her son's friend. Banging
Jeez.
him openly, like having they call that. That's what their whole entanglement thing was about. She said in the interview that Will Smith and Jada had, she said, I got into an entanglement with August. That's his name, and Will Smith was like, entanglement. She was like, yeah, had a relationship. Mate, you got to see it. It's mad. Yeah,
Oh,
it's mad.
that's just
It's
seriously,
mad.
that is just cringe. So yeah, obviously they're all airing that stuff out, and then he starts basically saying, "Look, Will Smith is dealing with all that shit, and he takes a swing at me like Chris Rock type of thing like that." And it's all true. Some people online are saying that he went a bit too far, but then I thought to myself, you know what? He's had a whole year. He's had a whole year of this, and he probably wanted to measure his response to it. And Chris Rock did the one thing that Chris Rock does. He's going to go on stage and he's going to basically
Yeah.
air it out. And he's turned around and he said that this is it. He's not going to make any more comments about it. Whatever he had to say about the whole thing, he said it on stage, and then that was it. It's over and done with. But yeah, man. So for me, there was some really funny bits in there. For me, I just kind of feel like as if shit, it's like it had to come to this.
Yeah, it's a madness, man. It's just.
And that's their relationship gone now. It's done. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I don't see Will Smith calling him up and saying, "Hey, come on, let's bury the hatchet."
Nah.
Not after this.
When you get to that level of Hollywood, you're gonna rub shoulders somewhere at some award show or something, and just imagine all the eyes, all the cameras on them if they have to walk past each other somewhere. Imagine. Ooh.
Orcs, mate. This is going to be really, really awkward. So,
Mm.
yeah, man. There's a lot of stuff in there, to unpack and everything, and I definitely worth a watch. Like if you want to, and especially now that the Oscars are coming up, and just to kind of see
Yeah.
what's going on. So,
By the time this airs, the Oscars have happened, and I'm still gonna say I reckon. I think I said it last time. All Quiet in the Western Front, I think, is going to win quite a lot.
yeah,
Though I want Everything All at Once to
to get it, yeah,
take some, yeah.
exactly, yeah.
But yeah, that's just
They've
that.
done really well. They've done everything everywhere all at once so far. That the SAGs and a
Yeah.
couple of other kind of awards. But yeah, when are the Oscars again? By the way,
Oscars are Sunday the 13th, so it's happened. It's happened. We're in the future now. It's happened.
It's happened.
Yeah.
So on our next episode, we'll kind of we'll do a rundown of some of those winners and some of those losers. But listen, look, that's all we've got time for on this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please do get in touch with us on Instagram, on YouTube, and wherever you can find us. But Deval, yeah, man, thanks for joining me on this one.
Yeah, peace out. Next time it's gonna be Shazam.
Shazam,
Shazam. Then we got
and
John Wick, and then we got Dungeons and Dragons.
which I want to see.
Yeah, that looks funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down
I
for
want to
that.
see. I'm down for that one. And what
I'm
about?
down
Are
for
you
that.
gonna do? Are you gonna make a bit of time for Scream or no?
I ain't gonna lie, man. No, I ain't gonna bother with that. Are you gonna watch it? You can
No,
watch it
no.
and review
I
it.
mean, yeah,
I
I'll see because it was Shazam and John Wick and stuff. I don't know if I'll be able
okay.
to fit it
Yeah,
in, but yeah,
Scream's
we'll
out
see.
already. Scream's out already
I
here.
know it's out here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Right.
Peace out. Take two.